Morning, everyone. I am Grazia Dilauro, a first-year PhD student in Ecology and Territory at University of Molise. Today I will present my PhD research project entitled Protection and Enhancement of Vulnerable Coastal Environments through a Geomorphological Multitemporal Analysis study of the recent evolution of some Mediterranean coastal areas. Object of my research project is to analyze and compare, especially from the geomorphological point of view, different low-cost areas in order to contribute to their safeguard from coastal hazards and their environment enhancement, with particular attention to coastal features of particular value, such as humid areas, river mouth, and dune system. On the study of literature, cartography, and other pre-existing data during the first part of the first year, we selected the coastal areas to be investigated and examined all available data to ascertain the state of knowledge. The selected areas are 5 to 10 kilometers long coastal segments, located respectively along the Molise, Calabria-Lucania, and Campanian coasts. Precisely, the Molise coastal stretch extends between the port of Termoli and the port of Campomarino, the Basilicata stretch between Nova Siriscalo and Rocca Imperiale Marina, and the Campanian coastal stretch, which includes the mouth of the Mingardo River and extends southward of it. After the selection of the study areas was done further bibliographic research, considering in particular also the methodological approach that allowed us to outline a common research flow for the three selected areas, which is synthetically illustrated in this slide. The first step consists in the realization of a geological environmental framework for each selected coastal area, providing a physiographic characterization of the coast, with the individuation of homogeneous coastal stretches and coastal morphotypes. Furthermore, it includes the characterization of the coast in terms of geology and marine climate, and the analysis and mapping of element areas of high naturalistic value, especially protected areas, geosites, dune system. Finally, it includes the census of anthropic works and cultural emergencies such as historical and archaeological sites. The second and third steps concern the sedimentological, topographical, bathymetric characterization of the coast, and on study of the evolution of the coastal system through a diachronic analysis of short to long-term shoreline variation and modification of the beach dune system, as well as of the anthropization of the coast. Further work steps will cover the analysis of the possible natural and anthropic causes that may have contributed to the evolution and to current state of the coast, with particular attention to the possible influence of the major river basin that feed the single study coastal areas. All cartographic analyses are carried out in a GIS environment and we will be a part of a specific GIS project aimed at the creation of a database and the construction of map useful for the realization of the final objective of the research project. These are especially the assessment of coastal vulnerability and the risk aspect, the assessment of the anthropic impact, and the quality of the coastal system, and finally, the definition of the protection and valorization criteria of the coastal system in order to contribute to a sustainable integrated management and to an environmental valorization of the analysis coastal system. In particular, today I will present the results obtained by following the first four work steps for the test area in Molise region. This area is a subject of some very interesting international research project in which I collaborate, the Interreg Italy-Croatia Cascade project and the LIFE Calliope project. The Interreg Italy-Croatia Cascade project aims at developing A series of concerted and coordinated action included monitoring and management aspects to improve knowledge and to assess the quality and vulnerability of internal coastal and marine ecosystems in Italy and Croatia, with the ultimate goal of restoring endangered species and supporting integrated management. The Life Calliope project, which is co-funded by the European Union under the Life Plus programs, aims at protecting and improving coastal and marine environments. My activities within this project are therefore aimed at supporting certain activities and contribute to major objectives and aims by focusing on and analyzing the related geological geomorphological aspects. Environmental framing of the coastal area and the sedimentological topographical bathymetric characterization of the beach are essentially based on literature, on the consultation of pre-existing thematic maps, and diachronic analysis through cartographic sources, aerial photos, and Google Earth images. Then, thanks to the field surveys, it was possible to collect data concerning the sedimentological feature of the foreshore, the current position of the shoreline, the anthropic intervention, and the extension of dune areas. The first data acquired by laboratory activities concerned the sedimentological analysis on the Molise beach samples of 20 and 16. In this slide, you can see the results of sedimentological characterization of samples S15, S23, and S10, which can be defined as well to well-sorted medium, coarse, and very coarse sands. Furthermore, during this year's field surveys in July, I have collected sediment samples in the foreshore zone and that are currently under laboratory analysis. Regarding the morphological topographical characterization of the beach dune system, I carried out a campaign of GPS surveys in September to delineate the 2021 shoreline that I was able to compare with the one delineated for 2019, thanks based on Google Earth images. Furthermore, I surveyed 25 longitudinal beach profiles along the entire Molise coast. For the morphobathymetric characterization of the shore face zone, bathymetric surveys were carried out in June 2021 as part of the Interreg Italy-Croatia Cascade project. For these surveys was used a single beam echo sounder, following a series of transects distant from each other about 200 and 250 meters and reaching 600 meters from the shoreline and an average depth of -5 meters above sea level. The surveys have thus allowed obtaining a bathymetric map and a relative profile of submerged beach. I also took part this year in July in the annual UAV surveys that have been going on since 2019 in the test area located near Campomarino, south of the Fermo River, as illustrated in the morning session by Dr. Di Paola. The data collected during this year's surveys are currently under analysis. As regards the evolution of the beach dune system, I have analyzed the recent evolution of the dune system based on previous data and the long to short-term variation of the shoreline by means of the digital shoreline analysis system. The digital shoreline analysis system is a plugin which allows to create transect automatically by measuring the distance between the baseline and each intersection of the shoreline along the transect. It allows to quickly obtaining shoreline retreat advance rates. Once acquired the basic data for the Molise study area, I started with the analysis of the possible causes between natural and anthropic which may have contributed to the evolution and the current state of the coast. In particular, I have started with the analysis of the evolution of Biferno River basin through the literature, the recent historical and topographical maps, the previous thematic maps, and already existing databases. Concerning the evolution of the river mouth area, analyses were carried out with digital shoreline analysis system that allowed me to examine the evolution of the river mouth and the final stretch of the river channel, obtaining data on the retreat advance of the mouth area in the time interval from 1869 and 2019. Thanks to bathymetric surveys mentioned above, it was also possible to obtain a bathymetric and slope map of the mouth area of the Biferno River. The study of data derived from pre-existing literature, thematic maps, and the GIS databases, together with first field investigation, have allowed to obtain an overall frame of the geological, sedimentological, and morphological characteristic of beach dune system in the Molise area, and to reconstruct in detail its long to short term evolution. UAV surveys, along with GPS measurements, both concerning the shoreline position and the beach morphology, appear to be valid instruments to monitor the beach dune system and detail most recent change. The methodological integrated approach based on cartographic analysis, GIS analysis, and data acquisition in the field used for the first study area has produced useful results to be objective set and is proposed therefore valid for other study areas according to their specificity. Thank you for your attention.